best friend. And I just wanted to say thank you to her. I'm so happy to be here to celebrate her life. She's the reason, and Mr. Bott as well. They're the reasons why we have these lovely people here, and even more than the next generation as well, with Priya, Lakshmi, Surya, the grandkids. I know Nita from when we were in school, med school, and in MPH. Nita was the type of person, when I first met her, I was kind of taken back because she was such a special, like, incredibly brilliant person, and she was humble, but she had so much passion. Like, she had a palpable spirit. Her spirit was, you could feel it because it was just so pronounced. And I was like, well, this is like a different person, that I didn't really experience in my life, because her first of all, she was very strong in what her feelings were, her emotions were, but at the same time, she was very loving. And I think I learned more about that later as I got to know her more. But she was a person that was just, she has so much like spirit and like a force that like you couldn't, like it was palpable. Like you could tell like this came from somewhere. And she had interesting tastes, a lot of different interesting tastes that I kind of got used to later on. And she has her broad taste in music, and we, so as I got to know her, like I fell in love with this person. She was such a great person, and I met her sister. And when I met Keish first, and Keish was such a cool guy. And I was like, Nita along with Keish, Keish is such a cool person. He's very, very like supportive, very balanced. He's a very nice guy, and he was always smiling when I met him through school. I met Bina, and she was also such a lovely person. Quieter, I think she was a little more soft-spoken than Nita, but and then finally I met her parents. I met her parents, and I was like, okay, this all makes sense now, because I was like, Mrs. Bott, Mr. Bott, there's such wonderful, loving, supportive. It knows no bounds. Their love knows no bounds, and it was like, okay, this makes sense. This is where these kids get it from. Like, they get it from Mrs. Bott, Mr. Bott, and what they've instilled in them, and it shows a long way. And and so you learn a lot about a person. I realized through actually after they pass away, you learn so much about a person that we don't even know. Like the stories that are shared here, like it's definitely a celebration, because I'm thinking about the fact that this person, Miss Bott, I know a little bit about her, and that is so profound, and what she exuded, the what I felt from her and Mr. Bott is just the amount of love, just the amount of openness, amount of heart, and that's like Anita. She was all heart. When she had a cause, her heart would not stop. Her passion would not stop. And she was talking about this like she was saying her mom, nothing could stop her mom. And now I know where she gets that drive. She gets it from her mom. Her mom is the person, and I'm sure Vina has that too. But that drive is from her mom. And she said that she's her mom's mini-me, right? And that makes a lot of sense. I'm like, okay, yeah, now I see. Because nothing can stop Nita. If she wants to do something, that's just like her mom. She'll find a way to do it. And the thing is that these stories that are shared here, the amount of strength. Actually, I was thinking a lot of times, because I just I think about my friends and families a lot, and their families, and I don't always reach out or keep in touch as much as I would like, but they're always with me, and I felt like I was always concerned because Nita told me about Mrs. Bott having kidney cancer, and I was just worried for her for a long time. I was just like, because there's only so much time we have, especially when you have cancer, right? And she was, she told me how she got through the cancer and how, am I sharing too much about that?
No,
Oh, how it went through her lung, and they resected a whole bunch of her lung, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, because like I was concerned about her. But I saw how strong she was when I met her, and I saw that I see why she was able to just force through it. But at the same time, I was still concerned. I was like, I hope Mrs. Bott and Mr. Bott too are going to be okay. Like I hope they're doing well. And it was always something in my mind, like a concern. And Nita told me that now she said 30 years. Can you believe 30 years from when she first had that cancer to even all the other bouts, she has just been strong and strong, and she persevered, like you said. Perseverance is a lot of it. And she was here for her family too. I think a lot of that strength was what drove her to push through, and that is being here for her family. And her family also kept her here to be with her. And so a lot of times we hold on to people sometimes for selfish reasons, because we want them to be here in our lives as well. And they are and we love them. We don't want them to pass. We know we definitely don't want them to suffer, but sometimes we still hold on to her. And I know Miss Bott, she was so strong. She need to mention she danced with her. That's amazing. Like on the day she passed away, she danced with her. I mean, what more? That is like the best thing to have that day, that special day when the whole family's there with her. So I'm really happy that Mrs. Bott was here for all of us, and Mr. Bott. I keep saying Mr. Bott because I see them together as one unit. But they were here for all of us. The openness, the warmth, the authenticity, the genuineness of their spirit, their love. That is, I think it's very evident, and that I think we all know here. So. What? I'm sorry I'm taking so long. But I just wanted to say thank you to Ms. Bott, and thank you very much for just being the person that she was, being the force that she was, producing these wonderful kids. And when I say wonderful kids, I mean not just Nita and Vina, but also the son-in-laws here, because I know they're a big part of the family. And then it goes full circle, because now we have Priya and we have Lakshmi as the two other strong girls that are in the next generation of strong girls to go forth and be another beacon, another force that Mrs. Bott and Mr. Bott have made happen. So the energy, like I think Auntie was talking about before, I know you guys have all shared some powerful things, and actually a lot of it, all of it agree with, because basically that, how much I think her friends are testament to probably what type of people they were, because you can see that the warmth here. So all the energy and all the force and all the love, caring, all of those good things are channeled through the generations, and we will see Mrs. Bott through forever, just through generations, because she has started her story, her journey. She's now onto her next journey, but she's still with us through our memory. She will never be away from us, because basically, first of all, we know so much more about her now, and secondly, firstly, because of her family that she's made. And so, thank you, Mrs. Bott, and we love you, we miss you, but we celebrate you.
So I talked about a couple of physicians that really saved my mom's lives. I talked about Dr. Singh, her urologist, and Dr. Taral Patel, her oncologist. We also have this very strong lady here, Dr. Anita Somani. I've looked up to her parents my entire life, just because they brought so much great energy. Dr. Somani is an inspiration to me as well. She also operated on my mom. And she flew on a red eye here from San Diego, she and her husband, just to be here with us. So I'd like Dr. Somani to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. So I've known Auntie and Uncle since my parents moved here in 1991, and they were so welcoming. My parents became part of the temple community. She also influenced a whole generation of kids that went through Temple Camp, as well as my kids who went through Temple Camp. And whenever she would come in, whenever we would see her, she had such a peaceful serenity about her. She would always smile, always ask about you, never really talked about the things that she was going through. The cancer, some of the things that she fought through, and just her strength is what helped her to live that extra 30 years after she was diagnosed with cancer. But more importantly, she touched so many people, just like he was saying. My kids loved Temple Camp. They loved seeing her. My parents, had a very close relationship with them. And as a result, I had the pleasure and privilege of being able to take care of her, but also seeing Neetha as a young girl like her daughters are now. And seeing her, it's strange when you grow up and you become colleagues and friends, but when they're little, you're like, oh my gosh, who is that little kid? Just leave me alone. But it's been wonderful being and seeing their family and the strength and the closeness they have, and the respect and love in this room from everybody here, so thank you.
So as you guys know, her life, her love, her passion is her grandkids, right? So Priya Jain, Shreya Jain, Lakshmi Deshpande, and Surya Deshpande. Lakshmi wants to say a few words about her grandmother. Mima.
All I know is that she used to do everything for us. She used to make us popcorn and let me and my brother help, and she used to see what happened and with the TV or with the remote when something's wrong. And she would crawl under the table to look like what's wrong with the TV.
She did. Does anyone else want to say anything? Oh, okay, yes, sure.
Okay. बोलिए मम्मी
हाथ जोड़े हाथ प्रेमती मागू चरण पड़े साचो तमारो ए हृदयથી ભાગે જે જીવ આવ્યો આપણી પાસે એને ચરણમાં પનાવજો પરમાત્માને શાંતિ શાંતિ આપજો વળી કર્મના યોગે જે કુળમાં અવતરે ત્યાં પૂર્ણ એની ભક્તિ કરે લખ 84 પેશવ કાપજો परमात्माने शांति शांति अपजो सुख संपत्ति सुविचार सत्कर्म निवासो जन्मो जन्म सत्संगति कीर्तार पार उतारजो आलोकने परलोक मातो प्रेम रंग आपजो परमात्माने शांति शांति अपजो મળે મોક્ષ કે સુખ સ્વર્ગના આશા એવી નથી જે દેહ માનવીની ભજન કરવા ભાવથી સાચું બતાવ્યું છોડ દે સ્થાપજો પરમાત્માને શાંતિ શાંતિ આપજો પરમાત્માને શાંતિ શાંતિ આપજો જીવ સુખી થઈ ગયું સૌભાગ્ય ને બહુ આનંદ છે કોઈ જાતો દુઃખ નથી ગયો હતા સુંદરકાંડ આખો આવી રહ્યો છે એના માટે જો ભક્તિ સાગરવા
મારા માસી બહુ સ્ટ્રોંગ હતા, બહુ સ્ટ્રોંગ, એટલે જ આટલું જીવી શક્યા. નહીં તો આપણે એક આપણું કોઈ બી હેલ્થનો ઇસ્યુ સાંભળે તરત આપણા મગજમાં નેગેટિવ બધું ચાલુ થઈ જાય. પણ સી ઇઝ અ વેરી સ્ટ્રોંગ લેડી, વેરી સ્ટ્રોંગ. અમને પણ કે સ્ટ્રોંગ બનાવવાનું, એમનો વિલ પાવર એટલું સ્ટ્રોંગ હતો. દેટ્સ ઇઝ લાઈફ લોંગ.
All right, last call. Does anyone else want to say anything?